I was born in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Grew up in a small farm, or on a small farm in Hills, Minnesota. And actually the farm is located a mile from South Dakota and a mile from Iowa. I went to high school there, public high school. And yeah, from there went to college. Went to Dordt for a couple of years. Was a chem major. I then transferred to the University of Minnesota. I majored in ag education. Had every intention of becoming an ag teacher. I married Jan Lunenberg. She's originally from Worthington, Minnesota. And I met her at the Christian Reformed Church, First Christian Reformed Church in Minneapolis. We were part of a young adults group. And it was a very active group, a fairly large group. And that's where we met. And we were married in 1970. I took a position with what was at the time called the Christian Reformed World Relief Committee. It's now called World Renew. And my wife Jan and I lived in Mexico in a town called Tlacalula, Oaxaca, Mexico. And yeah, we were in Mexico for 5 years. Came back to the United States. I taught high school at Walnut Grove, Minnesota. And then I came to Dordt College in 1977. I have 4 children. Aaron is the oldest. And then there's Amy and Heather and Tim. And there's 8 grandchildren, 4 boys and 4 girls.
I think Duane Bajema, as the founder, really, the founding faculty member of the Ag Department at Dordt, holds a special place in the history of Dordt College.
He really challenges each of his students. He knows the potential that they have, and he wants to see them reach that potential.
He cares about people. One of our early acquaintances was a few of us got together for prayer once a week, and through that early stages at Dordt was a real benefit for all of us, I think, but especially for me.
You know, a lot of teachers, I feel like I can kind of talk my way through some things, but here's one teacher really kind of cracked down on me and make sure I actually knew what I was talking about, opposed to just kind of breezing my way under the radar.
You know, what I always appreciate about Duane Bajema is he doesn't let students come with easy answers. He'll always push them to the why. And he'll always push them to, is that biblical? Is that in keeping with a reformational focus? Is that a reformed way of looking at it?
He's one who has a genuine interest in his colleagues, his students. He focuses on their learning. Very willing to go above and beyond the basics of what you'd have in a classroom. Will stay after, will stay and answer questions. But also in regards to challenging them, he's certainly one who is very willing to challenge students, to challenge colleagues, to in some senses be a bit cantankerous, or at least come across that way, to challenge us to focus on what's really important. And I really do appreciate that about what he's done for us as colleagues and for the students.
I have been at Dordt now for 41 years. And what has happened during those 40-some years, I've been involved in the development of the Ag Stewardship Center. I've had various roles with that. I've been involved with the Ag Club for many, many years, and have been an interim dean for the natural sciences. I've been secretary of the faculty assembly as well as chair of the faculty assembly. Yeah, in various roles in the department.
One of the fun things about Duane is that he currently serves as our academic marshal for commencement and convocations. And I remember when I asked him to serve in that role. It's something that usually the more senior faculty member or the most senior faculty member serves as. And he really didn't want to do it. But I appreciate the way he leads the faculty at those formal events and carries the mace for us. And I know it's not something he ever aspired to, but I appreciate it.
Somebody has to do the work, and we got it done.
I think that Duane's footprints are all over campus, and I have a particular meaning for that word, footprint. For when we served together as faculty officers, it was our policy that whenever we needed to talk with anyone about something that's substantive, we would go in person and we would go together. And so together we traversed this campus many times.
Dr. Bajema was my advisor and my group mate's advisor for our senior project. And for our senior project, we were traveling to Haiti to implement a Pay It Forward goat project.
Oh, I hate goats with a passion. With a passion.
And he really encouraged us to not just miss everything that was going on, to not just focus on what we were doing for our schoolwork, but to focus on what God was doing there in the community and what God was doing in us.
He's not the best fisherman, really. He catches carp. Carp, yeah, quite a few carp. That's probably what he's good for.
I have lots of stories that I could tell about Dr. Bajema. I could go on for a long time, and I do to people all the time about him. But I think the one that really pops into my mind was sophomore year. I was going through some struggles with whether or not the major that I was in was right for me or not. And I had always thought that I was going to be in education, and that's really where I wanted to be. And I went to Dr. Bajema with this kind of feeling conflicted about my path and where I was going. And he sat down with me and really helped me think through it. And you know, there was tears and there's lots of really serious talks going on with that. And he's always been there for me, not just in that situation, but with those kind of things. And he's always been supportive and given me excellent, wise advice about how to go about making really important decisions in my life.
One of Duane's research interests, as well as one of his hobbies, is beekeeping. And he's used that in classes, and it's been a neat thing around campus. But what I really appreciate about Duane is that he's gone out and gotten research grants and grants to share that hobby and research interest with others. And so there's a whole group of beekeepers in and around Northwest Iowa that have been brought into that hobby because of Duane, and I'm really thankful for that.
There's been a number of scripture passages, but I think of Psalm 46 verse 10 where it says very clearly, be still and know that I am God. And that's impacted me in various ways where I become concerned about things that are going on, and yet you have to back up and say, whoa, wait a minute. I'm not the one in control. So I've had to learn to be still and know that I serve a risen Lord. And it's not the work that I do, it's the work that I do in conjunction with what I believe.
Well, Dr. Bajema is still going to be my friend. Even though he will not be here, actively teaching day by day, he's always going to be a friend. And I'm just going to miss his presence. He always had a way of bringing out the best in a person, cheering people up, always willing to assist. He is always willing to step in when needed.
The M&Ms, or the dispenser at least. Just can always go up to his office and grab a few, maybe talk to him a little bit, maybe not. Get some advice and just kind of cool atmosphere around him.
Dr. Bajema, I wish you the best in your retirement. It has been a great blessing and honor to have you as a professor for the past 4 years, and I hope to keep in touch.
Thank you for all the encouragement that you gave Brianna, Evans, and I with our project to Haiti. We definitely think you made an impact for us as we did our senior project.
Well, Duane, I hope that you don't forget about us. I hope that you come to visit us often, stay connected with us, and I just wish you God's blessings. You've done well. Dordt was extremely blessed by hiring you as the first ag instructor, and yeah, you're just definitely going to be missed.
Pay attention to your good wife, Jan. You married up, so what you want to do now is not just hang around Dordt and never go home. You've got to stay home now and take it easy. It's a good deal. I can vouch from experience.
I guess overall I would just say to Duane and Jan, thank you for your service at Dordt College. Thank you for founding a unique program in all of Christian higher education. A program that's really set Dordt College apart, and a program more than anything else that's really been about biblical stewardship in agriculture education. And in your retirement, I just wish you all the best. Health, joy, and we're thankful for your time at Dordt College. God be with you.